Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and only Professor L live in the LAB, live on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on. Yo, come on, get in the lab, dog. Come on, class is about to start. Get them lab coats on. Make sure you're nice and spiffy. Make sure wash your hands. Go jump in that room. Make sure you nice and sterile. Cause yo, most importantly, don't touch none of the experiments. That's why you need to be sterile. L's are very dirty, and you don't want to catch that L disease. We sitting up here trying to cure the world from L's, but until then, we have to study these L's so you learn how these L's get taken and how not to take L's. That's what we do. Be careful. Don't touch anything, because those L experiments are hard to break. But regardless, in your seats, eyes on the board, because, yo, we got us a doozy. Uchu Sentai Kyuranger, Space.39, the great adventure of Perseus. How do I do this? The answer you were looking for? Well, there are two Professor Antons. Yeah, that's how the show went with it. Two Professor Antons. Well, not two Professor Antons, as Professor Anton was a good guy and a bad guy mixed into a guy, and then one guy separated himself into a tube, and then the other one was killed by Uncle Jesse, so... okay, I'm like, when I sit here and I think about, that this is the decision you were going to come to explain this away, is that makes sense, because let's see, you can't, because it's like, in my head, I had part of it right. I had a feeling that once we saw Anton in that brain jar or whatever, that he either put his brain in there or downloaded himself somewhere so to get rid of his human host body. But then that doesn't explain how Moo Moo Man is like, I'm gonna be a moo cow for justice or something like that. Something about cowboys in the West, Moo Moo Mesa. We should play that game in the arcade sometime. Regardless of that, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad that it's not a mystery the show is trying to hold on to. You have split personalities. I'm glad this is over. I'm glad this is done. And I'm saying that and repeating it because, again, I am glad this is over. We know. Now the show doesn't have to lord it over our heads anymore and things like that. And it's over. So... let us not talk about this again until later in the episode when I have to talk about this again, because I have to talk about this again. But I really want to open up this installment and just say I'm glad this is over. Oh, but anyway, actual episode. You're looking for some analysis on that, right? Okay, the episode where a Sentai gets trapped in a game. One of these. Well, more like an RPG, because who the squad? We got Japanese Justin, we got Lucky, we got that boy Sanji JR, and of course, because this involves Hakase and stuff like that, we got the Aibo squad with that boy Uncle Stinker and that boy Moo Moo Man. This what had happened though. What had happened though was we pick up our episode right where we left the last one, with Metal Madarko sitting up here putting in this major work. This work is getting put in. Madarko is pressing buttons. Moo Moo Man goes berserk. But Moo Moo Man been going berserk for a while, and I've been saying this for a minute, that the Aibo squad gonna have to deal with this at some point. So, yo, let's deal with it now so we can get this plot out the way. So, he go berserk. Everybody get whooped. Then, one of them zero versions of Moo Moo Man, cause we gonna call him Zero Moo Moo Man. Zero Moo Moo Man came down. They all put in work, and then like Team Rocket, they blasted off away. I really need to play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I really want to know what's up with this Rainbow Rocket business. I've heard things, but Giovanni is my dude. That's my guy. Like, yo, put in work. Yeah, you got whooped twice, but you still my guy, though. I'm like, one of my greatest video game moments ever was when I thrashed Red. Shh, that's all I'm going to say, because that's a spoiler for Pokemon Gold and Silver. I'm just saying, yo, that felt good. That felt good to do that work. Just saying. Anyway, so they blasting off again, and then they're like, yo, we finna be Kyurangers. No, you're trapped in his RPG. Now, when they get trapped in the RPG, which is going to be one of my favorite parts of this analysis, is all of them become some class in an RPG. Japanese Justin, for all intents and purposes, is Roto from Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is amazing. Best Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest 4. You may be asking why. Here's the answer. Triple base. Alina, Mina, and my triple base squad. Just putting it out there. Dragon Quest 4 was the first Dragon Quest game I ever played. I fell in love with the series. Still love the series. Just wanted to say that I know how Dragon Quest is equivalent to the words crack cocaine. You should go read about how Dragon Quest in Japan is crack cocaine. If you search Dragon Quest and crack cocaine in Google, I'm guaranteed you'll come up off that story about how one time a game came out called Dragon Quest 3 and people were skipping work and like the Japanese world just stopped. Dragon Quest is crack cocaine, bruh. Just letting you know what it is. That boy Lucky, he became my whole Lucky, and just as a running joke, so I don't have to explain this later. Every time he says Lucky, things explode. That's the weird magic power, and I honestly think for real that I plan to say this because I saw this in the episode. That's very meta. It's very meta when you think about every time the hero says something, things explode. Think about what we've watched here. Think about that and you'll figure out how meta it is. That boy Sandy JR, he a berserker. He a berserker. I'm a warrior. Well, not really, because technically that's not the claim. But he became a berserker, sitting up here all half naked and whatnot, just running around, just bashing things with a big old giant club. Oh, and Uncle Stinger is, I'm not really sure what class that is, but him being a class, well, actually, that would be a bardic class. So I'm like, and we sitting up here, and we are delving right now into, Dungeons and Dragons level stuff, just bard, just because he looked like a Harlequin or something. But those aren't really, classes you really see normally in Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, at least looking like that. Now, I will say this because this was just on my mind. If that was a Dresper in Final Fantasy X too. Sorry, I just had a Riku. I just had a Riku moment. Sorry. Look, but we're just gonna say bard because it's important. Just saying that Uncle Stinger is a bard, it's important. Let's do this. All right. This what it is though. They in the game and some dude walk up to them like, hey yo, what's up? I'm old dude. Hey yo, once upon a time, yo, the black cow princess got kidnapped by the white cow princess, and if they get married, they gonna combine their powers and they gonna make the spawner say not a robots or something. So y'all better go say them. I'm old man, I'm out, peace. And that's how we learn what the plot of this game is. So they go over, put in some work. Japanese Justin, I'm the hero. Here's a bear slash. You know what I'm saying? You got that boy Sandy JR like, yo, I ain't doing karate kicks or something, but I'm not really Sandy JR because Triple called me Sandy JR because I cook, but I'm a berserker now, so let me smack things. Oh, and then this when we find out, you say, Lucky, you got powers. And then, Uncle Stinger wanted to put in work, but instead when he tried to run forward, the game dragged him back, and I was just kind of like, wow, that just happened. So they conquer the monsters, then they get to the thing, and they find the thing, and then this is where we get all that stuff that I forwarded at the beginning of the episode about Professor Anton, how he's two people. Now, one thing that does happen that I do want to highlight because it's about to become important about maybe 30 seconds to a minute from now when I say it, is while Professor Anton is doing all this talking, the reason why your boy going berserk, you don't hear me, is because I put that thing in his chest next to his heart. Now you have a 0.0000000000000000001, because I was sick of saying zeros, chance to hit this thing. Okay. Thank you, show, for showing me your hand. Show me your hand, show, because that's what you've done. Now, see, if you would have just said a 0% chance this is never going to happen, then you don't give the hero the chance to do anything. But you just had to put that one in there. After all those zeros I said, but it was more actual zeros than actual zeros in the show, but you get what I'm saying here. So, they gotta say the boy. They like, yo, where that boy Moo Moo Man at? Like, we gotta put in his work. oh, Metal Madarko's here with her metal boobs, and she's sitting up her, and then they sitting up her getting smashed up, and Rocky like, yo, Uncle Stinger, go put in that work, homeboy. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't do nothing, right? I can't do nothing. So what am I supposed to do? Well, if you can sing then, if that's all you can do. What proceeds to happen is Uncle Stinger just does that. He sings some mystical and magical love song with tambourines and all this to Moo Moo Man about the system and, you know, I love you, Aibo. Come on, please give me a kiss. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, I was. I'm just being stupid right now. But yeah, a love song to connect the hearts of Aibos together so we can put in this work. So the song is getting sung, blah, blah, blah. This song frees them from whatever it is that was holding them in this game world, quote unquote, where, you know, Dragon Quest IV and things of that nature. So Uncle Stinger's song sits up here and does all this massive damage. All this massive damage to this thing and destroys it. And while they sit up here singing, you got Moo Moo Man like, do it! Hit me in the place. And then Uncle Stinger does it. And then you see like the outline of the good Professor Rantan. And he like, yeah. And then Moo Moo Man is cured. Somewhere in between there, you know, the rest of the Kyuranger stay up through shade. I'm like, man, what happened to y'all, bruh? Like, man, y'all look weird. Yeah, I know, but we stuck in this game. We can't do nothing about that. Okay, we'll be here for backup later when it's time to call the Megazords. Oops, spoiler. Okay, anyway, so Uncle Stinger sang his song, destroyed everything, and then now it's like, yo, it's time to put in work. So work gets put in. As you expect, work gets put in at this point. What do I define as work here? Let me see. Work would be this. Sit up here, Aibo Squad transform. Rucky and the rest of the crew transform. Put in work. Work gets put in. Multiple Zero Moo Moo Mans come down. They can't handle it. Aibo, man, you got Uncle Stinger like, yo, I got this work. Twilight Sparkle Q-Tama say the chain and gets this big old Twilight Sparkle horn drill and puts in work with it. From my understanding, because I usually read the wiki to get the most accurate English translation of the episode, it's a Pegasus Q, a Pegasus Q-Tama, yes. Pegasi, you know, no, Pegasus is fly, unicorns. See, I watched My Little Pony, Pegasus and unicorns. Some of them have horns, some of them don't. I was thinking about Hercules. My head is air. Look, Uncle Stinger got Twilight Sparkle's horn. Like, yo, I am a pretty princess. I am the alicorn. Catch these L's. In finish, All-Star Crash Who Blast. Catch L's. However, something semi-important plot-wise happens in this fight. Madarko gives the game away. Want to know what I mean by this? The following. During the fight with Japanese Justin Lucky and that boy Sanji Jr., Madarko sits up here and says, I gave up all of my regenerative power to keep catching L's and coming back from these L's to get this metal body with these amazing metal boobs, and when you kill me, it's over. She escapes this day. I just want to let you know that. She escapes before the Megazord fight starts, but at least they set up her and set up a way so when they finally kill Madarko, she's dead for real. Because she should have been dead in the first place when they left her in an alternate dimension. Have I mentioned this before? I think I may not have. I'm not sure. I don't really keep up with this stuff. Just putting it out there. Megazord fight. Work gets put in. It's a wrap. Knock and balance. Find a treasure chest. Perseus Q-Tama. 75% of the Q-Tama is found. Work. And there you have it. That was an episode of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Shorter than my normal reviews, but I really did need to take 50 years to explain to you that Professor Anton is two people. Well, two personalities. One put his brain in the jar. The other one taught Moo Moo Man about justice and then took an L by Uncle Jesse. So, Huh? I'm trying here, okay? I can only do what I do better than anybody else in the business with the information that I am given, okay? I'm glad it is that we understand each other. So, that wraps us up for today. I'm glad you guys came through. Great episode. Great episode. Like I said, the opening to this. I'm glad this isn't a thing we have to talk about anymore. How this figures into the ultimate mystery of how Don Armaga, they boy leader of them boys, them Jark Matars, cause Jark matters. Jark matters, right? In Jark matter, Jark matters. Yes, he got you right. Wordplay, right? But how does this figure into the Don Armaga stuff? Like, I talked about this when I did my review of Build yesterday about Bloodstalk. If people who tune into this watch that, about how when we find out who that boy Bloodstalk is, everything you knew about the show changes because you now have to consider every action that character took. Kyuranger kind of just laid it out for you. It kind of just laid it out. It kind of just laid out the Professor Anton business for you, so instead of being confused, you can separate the good things Anton did from the bad things he did. And also that song that Stinger sang to Moo Moo Man about being a pretty black cow princess and having, pictures all over the place like, I love you, Aibo, or something. Look. This was an episode of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Look, it's lunchtime. It's recess time. Class is dismissed. Get those lab coats. Where they are, they belong. Make sure you are nice and sterile. Get them hands completely washed. You don't want to drag any of the L's, but hey, maybe you want to drag a L to somebody you don't like in the lunchroom. I don't care. Just don't break none of the experiments. Those are $250,000 experiments. 100 gazillion $4 dollars. That was a lot of money dedicated by Ludacris to this thing. 100 gazillion $4 dollars. That's a lot of dollars. Just tell you, a lot of dollars. Look, work is coming. Work is coming. Work is coming. Batten down your hatches. You've been warned. Go on, get up out of here. You know what it is. The one and the only Professor L live in the LAB, live from on Team GRF TV. I'd like to thank you guys once again for coming to join me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. I'm, of course, the one and the only, the Triple the G.O.D. And one more time, let me sit up here and let me gush. And let me thank you for joining me for what I do better than anybody else in the business. And with that being said, usually I'd insert something here, but I thought I had something I wanted to say, and then I realized, well, you just have to wait on that. So, let's try this one more time. With all of that being said, Super Say the Change!